Boom, guys, we're back. Listen, I'm using the phone today for my camera, but we have a question on our hands. I said I would answer this, so we're going to do that. This question was on my last video about my recovery protocol. Go check that out, by the way. I'll put the annotation here. I am F6641 writes, injured my left shoulder from dips, and a week after I injured it again from the heavy bag, and it hurts when I punch hard with the left hook. I wonder if I should stop training Muay Thai. MT, right? Muay Thai. Now, I've had this problem recently myself, so I can give you some input on this. By the way, that's natural, okay? I'll show you. Guys, I have a thing coming out for my whole natural supplements, right? I don't want any dumbass comments saying that this isn't natural, okay? I'm not gonna show you to you guys because it's my secret natural stack for optimizing testosterone and looking like a freak beast. But anyways, listen! Right, we cannot stop training ever. Okay, we cannot stop training, never. Right, if it's like really bad, then most likely what's happened is you've torn. There's like a, I don't know what it's called, CL band. Is it? No, that's not the name. There's this band that basically connects between the shoulder. If it's like super bad and you can move it, then I would go and check that out. We had 2 cases of that back in 2021. When I was playing football, people landed on their shoulders and they tore that thing, partially or fully. And so that it's an issue if it's like really, really bad. Most likely you've not done that already. And so what I've been working on rehabilitating, because I've had this issue now for the last month and a half, essentially. So it takes a long time. Don't get me wrong, it's not a quick fix, but we can't stop training regardless. So I had this issue, right? Because I do boxing, I do push-ups, I do all this crazy shit, right? And so the way you go about it is you don't stop training. The worst thing, guys, you can do if you get injured is just to stop training. Like I said, of course, if you're completely handicapped from it, then you're gonna have to see. But do not stop if it's just like a mild thing, because the worst thing, like for the body, like to recover something, is to be completely like passive and then suddenly rise to an activity level. Then it's going to be like, what the hell is this? And you're just going to injure this again, right? So we want to keep it moving. We want to stay loose. We want to keep moving that shoulder around. So the way I've been working around that, because I got this from like hooks in boxing, right? Very common. This puts a lot of pressure on like on the rotator cuffs, right? This is a crazy movement for rotator cuff. It's all rotator cuff. And so, and the shoulder joint. That's how I got it too, right? Just crazy left hooks, just bam, body shots. And so it feels like when you get that, it feels like it's kind of loose and it's like, oh my God, shit. And then that carries over into our weight sessions when we're doing hangouts, when we're doing, hangouts are decent at it. It depends on you, of course, how bad it is for you, but you feel when you're doing hangouts, any type of shoulder movement, and shoulder movements are some of the, like injuring shoulders and knees, some of the worst stuff, because you basically use it all the time, right? So the way I approached it, when I found out, okay, I have this injury right now, this hurts, what you essentially do is just back off a bit, okay? Relax, you got this. Back off a little bit, not completely, as I said. But how I solve this now, and how I basically have solved all my injuries, I've been lucky to have very few over the years. And that comes from the way I train. That I made a video on that went really, really well, that everyone loved. Basically my frequency thing. You can check that out too. It's here on the channel, uploaded a few days ago. That's how I avoid all these injuries with all the work I'm doing, with all the training I'm doing. So when it comes to the shoulder, I realized I had this shoulder issue, and it was like, okay, how much movement can I do, right? And so this is something that Knees Over Toes, the guy, he's a great guy. He talks about rehabilitation a lot. You can check out his stuff too, by the way. He got this shoulder bulletproofing stuff. But essentially, you want to do the most work possible, pain-free, essentially. Because that's like the pain you're feeling, that is, usually when it comes to pain, you just push through and you don't give a shit, right? When it comes to like injuries and really like being conscious of where and what and how much we progress when it comes to like fixing an injury, pain can be a really, really good indicator of, okay, this is too much and this is too little. And so I figured out, okay, can I do this movement? Okay, we'll do this, right? And so I did the push movements to the, like some of the better push movements, like if you want to keep your chest workouts going, push-ups are great, really light load. Keep the loads really, really light. Like if you want to do gym stuff, aside from this, just lower the weight, like big time, okay? You do not need a lot of weight. For hypertrophy, guys, if you want to build muscle, the rep range doesn't even matter that much, honestly. You hear this all the time. If you want to build muscle, you have to do 12 to 15 reps. No, you don't, okay? People have built muscle doing whatever. It's not like you have to use those and match the weight with that. You can go super light, just do a lot of reps. It works, trust me. Look at me, boom. So lower the weights, lower the intensity, essentially, for what you're doing outside of the fight gym. You should be doing something outside of the fight gym, first and foremost. But also when it comes to like being in there, build up to it, of course. If it absolutely can't be in there, in the fighting gym, and hit the bag and everything, then turn back off. And if you can extend it, then do that, okay? Focus on the jabs. Just go real slow, but you need to keep the movement up, all right? The body recognizes the movement patterns. And so for you to progress, you need to constantly work on that. It's skill, right? You need to work on this, boom, boom. And you need to work on that, and to the point where it's like pain. And what you can do is you can even do this like a workout. Hey, I'm doing this right now. Okay, there's the pain. We back off, we take a rest, we take a water, and then we go back and we do the same. Okay, boom. Okay, now we're feeling the pain. We're not getting any more reps in before we feel the pain. Hey, let's back off. Let's go back later, or let's do another session, something like that. But don't stop training. For God's sake, don't do it. When it comes to those hooks, you get a simple exercise for strengthening the rotator cuffs is holding a weight here, really, really light. I used to do my water bottle for this, right? And then just doing this. You can do this as a strengthening movement. This is what I've been doing for like strengthening it. Now I would go check out Knees Over Toes guy's stuff, okay? Because this guy posts great stuff on strengthening. I use this stuff for my knee. Even though I wasn't injured, I used to use it when I was playing football because it's so important to have like strong knees when you're doing turns and everything in high speeds. This goes for fighting too, by the way. If you're locked in and you have to turn to throw your punches, it's really important to have good knees. So I would check out Knees Over Toes guys stuff. But do not stop training because of the reasons I mentioned. Because the body, it needs to keep up the activity, and it needs to keep the movement patterns fresh, right? So do that. Take care, and God bless. Boom.